Hello, hello, Libra. Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your March 2025 monthly reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Libra, welcome to March, where there are a lot of shifts going on in the cosmos. So you are being directly affected as Venus goes retrograde on March 1st. You are ruled by Venus. We have a Mercury going retrograde. We also have the eclipse season activated in the month of March. We have the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, the autumn equinox in the southern hemisphere, and it's also the beginning of the astrological New Year's as well. So yes, you can see that there's a lot going on in the cosmos. So buckle up. You are in for a wild ride. So let's see what is in store for you personally, professionally. We'll look at your relationships, finances, money, and health. And it looks like maybe a bit of travel here for you as well, Libra. So let's get your final archetype card. What do we have for Libra, please? We have the animal. Ooh, it almost looks like a wolf eye there, doesn't it, Libra? An animal. Beautiful blue eyes. Someone could even have blue eyes. So let's dive in. Your key themes for the month. You have second chance. This is interesting because you see that there is a book. This could be contracts. For those of you that may be looking at contracts or signing them, this can also be better offers coming in for you. But this is basically a second chance month. That's what retrograde energy brings in. A time for you to reflect and reprioritize what is important in your life, Libra. And because Venus is retrograding, which is your main ruler, this is a time for you to really focus on self-care, self-love, and also reflect on relationships in your life that may be built on any sort of dysfunction, and asking, is this beneficial? Is this something that I can balance out, or is it time to maybe cut ties? You also may be giving people a second chance. Someone could be coming back into your life in the month of March, or you've been talking to someone from the past. Now, this does not have to be a past lover, but it certainly could be. For some of you, this is an old, family member or a friend who you haven't seen in a while. This could be a month of reunion. But second chance is also about rebuilding. And I don't see the tower out here, but I have seen the tower show up in a lot of readings so far. The tower is also ruled by Aries, and we are opening up to Aries season. So this is about forgiveness. It's about better offers coming in here for you, Libra, and really allowing yourself to have some sort of a do-over here in any area that feels like you've been trapped, or you've been stuck in, or you've been in denial about. Now, you have some really powerful cards coming out, and every single one of them is in the reverse position. Now, that makes sense. Don't let that scare you, because this is the month of taking a look at what's working and what's not. And I see some of your major arcanas. You have 3 over here on the right-hand side, the Devil, the Emperor, and the Hierophant. So this is a massive month of restructuring. And Aries is your opposite on the astrological wheel. So this is a time to really embrace second chances, Libra. You have messages coming in here, so there certainly could be some incoming news. This could be announcements or important communication for you in the month of March. I feel like you could be the sender as well. So you could be sending or delivering important information. And this could also be you as the receiver. Maybe you're on the receiving end of some important communication in the month of March. Now, this could also be global, because we do have the Hierophant and the Emperor. So this could be some sort of global energy where you hear something in the news and it could affect you in some way because perhaps it causes delays, right? Maybe it has to do with travel, or it has to do with your career. If you work for the state, or you work for a governing agency, I feel like that is something you are maybe tapping into. But ultimately, I feel good about what I see here. And I'm going to share with you why here in just a moment. But I do feel like whatever communication is coming up, because oftentimes eclipse energy can bring hidden things to the surface, things that we weren't even aware of internally and externally as well. But when it comes to the surface, at least it's brought up into your conscious awareness. And I feel like this isn't the month to engage in unhealthy toxicity. It says here, withdraw from drama, but some drama that shows up, it feels like you are wanting to avoid drama, but you may kind of slide into that energy. But I feel like you don't smash into it, but you kind of slide into it where you kind of touch it. You touch it on the outskirts a little bit, but ultimately I don't feel like you're crashing into it. I don't have a tower here for you, and I don't even have any sort of big destruction. If anything, I feel like this is a very getting honest month, and I feel like it's a wonderful month for cleansing your space, cleansing your home. This could be an internal cleanse, a mental detox as well. It's about release and paying attention to your diet and your health, which we are going to jump into here in just a moment. But this is also about healthy body, healthy mind. So when it comes to health, we have the Hierophant showing up here, and the Hierophant can be nutritional deficiencies. So making sure you are getting plenty of greens and you are getting your maybe daily intake of fruits and vegetables, maybe vitamin C, vitamin D as well. So I do see here with the Hierophant, nutritional deficiencies. Some of you may feel like there's inadequate medical advice, or you may have been upset with some sort of advice or conflict resolution when it comes to health, because you have the Emperor in reverse. This can be, professionals of some sort, and it feels like there were inadequate, details, or it feels like they didn't really care too much, and they just threw some sort of solution at you, but it really wasn't a solution. It was a Band-Aid. It didn't address an issue. And I feel like you may be upset with that. On a positive note, excuse me, this card can denote a strong immune system. So if you are on the opposite end of maybe an autoimmune disorder, I feel like you could be getting answers this month by maybe seeking someone other than who you've been seeing that has been inadequate, with the Devil and the Emperor showing up together. Now, this also is about emotional support. The Hierophant can be emotional support, but it can feel a lot of tension, stress, and anxiety. And that's why she's doing yoga, right? She's doing yoga because she's finding techniques, specifically breathing techniques, could be very beneficial for you in the month of March. I mean, in any month, of course, but because there may be delays or there could be things worth looking into, I feel like it's more important this month than ever to breathe, to pause, to reflect, and to drop into your body. Now, with the Emperor, this can be problems with anger, okay? When it shows up in reverse, it can be injuries that are inflicted while one is angry, right? We go storming out of a room, we stub our toe, or we do something out of a burst of anger, and it causes mental imbalance here. So be mindful of anger either bubbling up within you or others. This would be a good time also to get your blood pumping, move your body, start an exercise regime that gets you moving. Now, the Emperor can also be about old injuries, maybe sports injuries, or an old surgery could kind of flare up or act up here. But I'm also getting face, blood, and like muscle spasm. Some of you could be having some sort of twitch or some sort of spasm. This is also about blood, and oftentimes blood represents family. Okay, think of bloodline. So maybe this is about toxic blood. I mean, let's hope it doesn't get to the point of like sepsis. I mean, that's very dangerous. Of course, seek immediate professional guidance if need be, or help. But I'm also getting blood. So maybe you have a scratch that bleeds, or something is bleeding that shouldn't be. Of course, get that checked out immediately. And there's also a message maybe around animals. Okay, maybe there's an animal here that could need to be checked out in some way. Maybe they eat something and they spit it up, but I feel like animals could be significant for getting them checked out or going to a vet as well. Maybe there's an animal that is getting spayed or neutered this month. And then we do have the devil. Now, when the devil shows up as health, this can be teeth. Okay, it can be teeth, interestingly enough. Some of you, maybe you've been having issues with the teeth, or there needs to be like a filling or a chipped tooth. Okay, bones, joints, and knees. This can also be like RA, rheumatoid arthritis. This can be aging skin, broken bones, chronic conditions, colds, even old age, but it's also about addiction. So be mindful of overindulging in the month of March, Libra. Excuse me. And that is why you have the detox card, because we don't want to fall, excuse me, we don't want to fall into the devil's trap. And the devil's trap can be overindulging in unhealthy things that leave us feeling bloated, that leave us feeling worse off than before. This is the second chance month, and I feel like it's more important now than ever to listen to your intuitive guidance as well. That's why the messages is here. I'm paying attention to the downloads, including your dreams, because that's the incoming news. There's a message in a bottle. You see here, there's a bottle that's washed to the shore. Some of you, this is about hydration, staying hydrated, maybe drinking plenty of water. It could also be being mindful of what's in your drinking water. And because I have travel here for you with the King of Wands, some of you be mindful if you are traveling because of the water element showing up here, or what you eat, because there could be maybe a short bout of like food poisoning or upset stomach, something of that nature. All right, what else do we have for health coming in? There's some underlying issues with the Seven of Swords here. It feels like there's some underlying issues that maybe you weren't addressing, or you were kind of pushing it off, pushing it to the side. Now is not the time to put something under the rug. If you have an ailment, if your body is trying to get your attention, it may be time to get that mole checked out, or it may be time to, really address some sort of deep-seated health issue. I feel like it's important not to put it off, Libra. All right. Now, because we have here hobby at the bottom of the deck, I feel like this is also a month where you are participating in events that bring about more joy, more passion, more creativity, and fun. So this could be a very fun month for you with this second chance. Some of you may even be picking up an old instrument or an old hobby that you once enjoyed. If you did put something off on the back burner, I feel like this could be a month where you bring it to life, okay? Bring something back to life. and embrace more fun. I am getting here for some of you with this King of Wands. If this is your business, or perhaps some of you, it is like travel, it could be goals of yours. This is a month where you're getting back to a place of being able to express yourself. All right. Creative expression is what I'm getting here. Now, some of you are influencers, Libra, with this King of Wands, and perhaps you haven't felt like you've been very influential, or it feels like the energies haven't been influencing in a positive way. That's why you have the second chance card coming in, because I feel by the end of this season here, or by the end of, maybe not the season, but maybe, because I am getting June is coming in here quite strong. Now we have, let's see, we have the Hierophant here. This is Taurus energy, which is April and May. We also have the Emperor. I mean, that's Aries season. And then we have Capricorn. But it feels like June, maybe even May into June is a very, very prominent time for you, maybe with travel or expansion. This could be global reach for some of you, or marching to the beat of your own drum. So you have a second chance to be influenced, to influence yourself in some way, or to let the energies that are surrounding you, to embrace them, right? To embrace the energies of what they are trying to help you maybe heal through, or to work through at this time. You're basically heeding the messages that are coming through this month with all of the changes in the cosmos. Now, the King of Wands, he could be the entrepreneur. He's someone very adventurous, very successful. He's a natural leader. He's very active, very passionate. I feel like this is you kind of getting your groove back, and you may be thinking about your next move, because you can see that he has his wand pointing to the map. So again, some of you are traveling here, but do be mindful that there could be some potential delays or important announcements that show up that may put something on pause. But I do feel here that you will find balance. There will be some sort of communication or balance. Now, Knight of Pentacles is also showing up here, and this can at times feel like you're losing direction. And because he has the map here, some of you are redefining what direction looks like to you. You may be changing course. For some of you, you could get lost in the month of March, like physically lost, where you may not realize where you parked your vehicle, or you may get lost in, maybe a city, or perhaps you find yourself in a space and you're like, I don't even know where to go from here. But that's where you have this Hierophant showing up here. And even though the Hierophant is our teacher in a sense, it's our higher power, right? It is about you staying calm despite what's going on around you. Don't draw that fear-based energy or that devil energy in, because otherwise it can feel like deceit, because you also have the Seven of Swords here. Now, the Seven of Swords can be dishonesty that stems from a desired outcome. I mean, if you think about it, most of the time when people lie, or they cheat, or they steal, or they try to get away with something, it's because they have some sort of desired outcome that is related to the devil. And when you have the Seven of Swords, the devil, the Emperor, some of you are dealing with a narcissist. You are dealing with someone who had a motive, and this motive isn't fun. Okay, this motive is not fun here. And I feel like the devil is you releasing. Remember, all of these are in reverse. And I feel like this is what you are taking a look at this month. What is the devil mean for you? Is this addictions? Is this temptations? Is this things that you felt bonded to? Is this your belief system, even with the Hierophant? Because this can be beliefs that limit us and hold us back. But when the Hierophant shows up in reverse, it's you shedding those beliefs and trusting in your higher power above all. meaning no matter what you've been taught, whatever you've been conditioned to believe, you're tapping into the true source of divine wisdom here. When the devil shows up in reverse, this is you liberating yourself, right? Liberating yourself. And when the emperor shows up here, I feel like you're releasing the things that you cannot control, right? What can you not control? Natural disasters, death. You cannot control, maybe shutdowns or closures, things of that nature. So you're not going to worry about them. And by you being honest with yourself and going with the flow of maybe some changes that are happening, that's going to redirect you. And I feel this month with this King of Wands showing up here, this is about you being more flexible, okay? More flexible, because this isn't the month to be rigid. And that's what the Emperor reminds you. Allow for flexibility and adaptability this month, because when we are so rigid or structured into one way of doing things, that can cause us to spiral in denial, because it doesn't leave, room for something to expand and grow. And so I feel like some of these reversals that are coming in, are a good thing for you here, Libra. So let's check out your career, your finances, your money. You have some good things here. Now we do have something from the past coming back around, which I mentioned. Something from the past is coming back, perhaps an old job or an unfinished project. Look to the past to understand the future, a lesson, an experience, or even an old skill. Now you see here on the megaphone, is that what they're called? The big old megaphone there? Something is being loud and addressed. It could even be over the loudspeaker. Some of you could be speakers, or you are guided to open up your throat chakra, share your story, maybe even start a YouTube channel or a podcast, right? Anything that has to do with this King of Wands and a hobby of yours even. Some of you, it's making music, or it could be... Again, enjoying your creative passions, creative flows. You have a second chance to get back into the swing of things. And the King of Wands, I do feel like this being the first energy out, I feel like this is you, Libra. Now, of course, there can be a King of Wands in your life that you felt like has been, stalled or stuck. We'll get to the love in just a moment. But I feel like there's maybe earning. Some of you could be earning or receiving money from something that you did in the past. That could be the second chance coming in, or even the incoming news. So for example, if you applied for something earlier on in the year, it could be approved in the month of March. If you have maybe filed taxes, maybe there's something coming in the month of March. This can also be a project that you started, that you wrap up, and there's money that comes in from it in the month of March. Now you have the unlocking energy, and I love this card because it says that something that was locked can now be opened, because when that devil creeps in, and when it's blended here with the Emperor and the Hierophant and the Seven of Swords, it almost feels like it was intentionally hidden from your view, okay? Or you couldn't figure out how to move forward with something. You're like, I just can't see it. I just don't know. I'm doing all the right things. Why am I still being blocked? This is an unlocking. You have opened the floodgates of abundance without limitations. And blocks were there to tell you that you weren't on the right path, right? There's a moment of flexibility here, a moment of, needing to revamp your energy or reevaluate your path or your direction. Because oftentimes, Libra, the Knight of Pentacles is someone who... he's very dependable. He's very disciplined. He's loyal. He's trustworthy. And I feel like you don't want to rush impulsively into anything here, but you also want to make sure that you know what you're doing, and you want to go for it and feel like this is something that you can trust in. Okay, whether it be a relationship, whether it be, a career move, but it feels like you've been stuck. There's been a suspended energy, which I've talked a lot about, that suspended energy in all of the career readings because it was a common theme that kept showing up. But you are unlocking here the floodgates of abundance, and that could be the the second chance that I do see coming in here for you. Now we have the gift card. I love the gift card because this is about a sudden windfall. It's reciprocity. It's giving and receiving. And it's also generosity. Some of you may find that people are being generous with you. This could be tips, okay? Some of you could be receiving a generous tip, whether it is a financial tip, whether it is a piece of knowledge or wisdom that is offered to you, but you're also the one that is the giver and the receiver. So you are going to see exchanges of generosity. This could be compliments. It could be comments as well. It can be an equal exchange of goods or services where you feel like there's compatibility here. There's negotiations, maybe even some sort of financial support. There may be a work surprise, and for some of you, you are planning or taking a vacation with a vacation at the bottom. I feel like there is a windfall that maybe comes after a suspended energy or after a delay. And I just mentioned this in another reading. Maybe it was actually Aries. It feels for some of you, if something is delayed in the month of March, you actually get an upgrade. So for example, let's say you're going on a trip and your timing to your resort gets delayed, and you get there and you go to check in and you find out that your room has been booked, and you get upgraded to a beautiful oceanfront suite, right? I feel like that may show up for you, but it's through how you respond to that energy. Of course, if you are angry, if you are mad, if you're showing up, with the devil and the emperor in reverse, and, there's a yelling match, I feel like the upgrade is going to be a downgrade, right? You're manifesting from a place of anger, and that's not going to be a good manifestation. But if you remain calm and kind and compassionate and understand that, yes, things do happen, but I feel like there's going to be conflict resolution that is better than the original form of which you had manifested. I hope that makes sense here for you, Libra. All right, what else do we have? We have a job offer. Look at that. Someone has a good offer coming in. And I feel like you're excited because maybe you were working with the devil. There may have been someone that you just did not get along with and you felt very stuck. Someone was shady. Someone was deceitful, maybe feeding you empty promises here and telling you, yeah, we'll make you partner. Yeah, we'll give you a raise. But you're like, wait a second. That's not happening here. I'm going to move elsewhere where it feels more healthy. And the message could be, congratulations, we want you to work for us. So I like that. Be mindful of overspending in the month of March. There could be something that maybe you are called to spend a little bit more on, or maybe you spend a little more than you would have liked, but I actually feel like you can recover that. All right, you can recover what you've spent. That could be why, because you are buying some sort of new asset. This could be a vehicle. This could be a home. There may be a price that's maybe it's non-negotiable, or it could even be an amount that you have to pay and there's no negotiation with it. And you're like, well, I didn't really want to pay that amount, but I'm willing to because it's something I really want. You have another card of vacation here as well. Oh, they're saying go back. A new asset. Oh, okay. For some of you, this does have to do with travel. It could be like travel plans. There could be maybe spending here, overspending on transportation. I'm also getting maybe an oil change or getting a part on a vehicle replaced, and it could be a little bit more than you would have wanted to pay for something. So just keep that in mind. But ultimately, I do feel like you will re-budget, or you could even use something as maybe a write-off here. Now, because you have the spending card showing up, and I see that you are taking a look at the calculator, numbers are being crunched here, and I feel like you will have enough, or you will be able to make something work for you, Libra. Or there will be compensation or reimbursement is what I'm getting. And then we have vacation. So you have this showing up a few different times. March is a big month for travel. I myself will be traveling internationally in the month of March. And some of you are booking maybe spring break, or you may be looking at future travel plans. Some of you may even be traveling like buy a home on wheels, maybe a camper or an RV, maybe a van life. I feel like you may be going to the mountains, or you could be soaking up some, I'm getting heavenly waters. That's interesting. Heavenly waters. So you see that this guy, it looks like he's in a hot spring there. And maybe you're going to a place that does have some heavenly waters. And I see that this vacation for you, even though there may be some things that show up, ultimately, I feel really good about this energy. You're going to stay calm. There will be forward momentum. And ultimately, you will have, a very, very good time. I'm going to pull one more card on that here. Spirit, what do we have for vacation? What do we have for travel or vacation? Yeah, any sort of anxieties, 9 of Swords, I feel like they will, it's in reverse here, another reversal, but I feel like any sort of anxieties here will be calmed. Like it won't be long lasting. It's not going to be something that carries on for you, whether this is a vacation or a trip or, a conflict, because at the bottom, it reverts to the 9 of Cups in the upright position. So this is good. We have double 9 energy where it almost feels like your fears are unnecessary, Libra, or there's some sort of worst case scenario playing out, but I feel like you have the best case that could come in here. I'm going to take both of these for you to remind you. And look we have the 9 of Wands right behind it with the Queen of Swords. Yeah, it feels like you may be feeling like you're backed into a corner in some way, but what you don't see coming is the 9 of Cups. There's some sort of wish fulfillment here, all right? Some sort of wish granted, or peace or serenity after a lot of worry, and Queen of Swords is you feeling empowered here. So if there is something going on, I wouldn't over worry about it. If it's outside of your control, try to work on releasing it, because I feel like this month has the potential to be very, very good, very favorable. All right, let's look at love. Well, there's been some sort of deceit. I will say that, like I said, with the Devil, the Emperor, the 7 of Swords, and now the Mask. I mean, someone was not being honest with you, Libra, about their intentions or about how they truly felt. This could also be pretending to be someone that they were not. This is delusions. This is gaslighting and personifying. And what better time than eclipse season for everything to come to the surface? There could even be a situation that you endured some time ago that you have carried in your belief system that you are working on letting go of and releasing, something that was very toxic, very heavy. And if this is someone that's currently in your life, I feel like you're releasing that. It's like you're cutting the cord here, because you have the Coffee Cup. The Coffee Cup is a beautiful energy of meeting, talking with someone, savoring the moment. Some of you could be going on a coffee date. You could be building a very good friendship with someone. I feel like you are elevated at this time, or this person's energy may elevate you if this is maybe someone new coming in here. I feel like everything is out on the table. It feels like there's a lot of honesty coming in. And I see that if a relationship has been on pause or suspended, or you feel like you've been single for quite some time, I feel like you're opening yourself up to love here, Libra, and it feels good. You have the coffee aroma, so it feels like the energy, the air is savory, like you're savoring connecting with this individual, because you are soulmates. All right, there's something here around a very strong connection, a partnership, a soul contract, a life partner, and right behind it, you have wedding rings. So I feel like For those of you with this Venus energy that's really reevaluating relationships, I feel like you are disengaging from ones that are unhealthy or toxic, or you're trying to reconfigure, like, how can I let go of any limiting beliefs around dysfunction or unhealthy patterns that have kept me in this place of maybe confusion or self-deceit here, or you may be having to feel like you had to survive, like just stay in a situation, self-preservation, where you felt stuck in, like you couldn't get out of. But I feel like that is being addressed, and some of you are in or are calling in a union or marriage. This is a soul connection, so we have that showing up twice. There's a soul connection either you are entering into or that you are connecting to. Maybe for some of you, there could be even a past energy coming in that is asking you to reconsider. Okay, asking you to maybe reconsider love in some way. But this is everlasting love. This is devotion. Now, I am just going to say one more time here. If you're dealing with someone that has the Seven of Swords, the Devil, and the Emperor, I feel like I would run. I would run far away from this and then really step into that energy of self-love and know that this person's actions or intentions or whatever they did is a reflection of them, not you. Okay, they may have been in your life to teach you a valuable lesson here around your own self-worth, meaning that your self-worth is not defined by, this person, what they think of you, or how they treated you in some way. All right, last but not least, Libra, you have the animal. All right, we have the animal with the blue eye. I almost said it looked like a wolf, but it can be any animal, of course, but it can also be the animal or even the beast within us all. The animal represents the beast, the wild one, the she-wolf. We are mammals. The hair on our chest and between our legs reminds us so. Okay, wow. We try hard to deny our unrefined animalistic nature. Yet through this archetype, we tap into power and direction. Activating the animal within means reawakening our relationship to nature in the most broad and embodied sense. Drinking from waterfalls, roaring at the moon, opening eyes underwater, eating berries from the vine. The life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs, and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. The animal longs for breath, food, procreation, and physicality. It wants soil under our nails and starlight on our skin. If this all sounds terribly unsophisticated to you, take note that it is said that when Buddha became enlightened, he roared like a great lion. Notice your resistance to the animal within. Where does it come from? What has it kept you from doing, wild one? The animal demands that we get comfortable in our skin. The minute you accept, express, and celebrate the physical body, you tap into animal energy. When this is showing up as the light aspect, Libra, it's vital, it's elemental, it's alive, it dances. When it's dark, it's savagery, pent up emotion, it's lashing out. If you want to go deeper, listen to the audio recording of Mary Oliver reading Wild Geese. Repeat every morning for 1 week. I am definitely going to take note of that. So again, Mary Oliver's audio recording, Wild Geese. So the animal, the she-wolf, the wild one within, the beast. This is so interesting here, because it does wake us up. It wakes us up to, our place here on this earthly realm. So for those of you that have been, constrained here, maybe to your device, to your, social constructs. There's the Hierophant, that is social constructs. The devil can hold us to those social constructs, and we forget that we are animals, that we are mammals here. So there's a big message with that coming in. And didn't I mention the animals on the Emperor as well? So, that is interesting. So Libra, if you haven't already checked out the new Soul Saturday sessions where I show up face to face and channel divine messages for you, as well as global messages, I'll also be taking questions from the comment section of those readings and answering a few of them in the following Soul Saturday sessions. So if you haven't already signed up by subscribing and liking, or maybe checking out those past readings, please do so. If this vibrates with your energy, please hit that thumbs up button. Thank you again, Libra, for tuning in today, and I am sending you so much love.